The RMS Titanic was a famously luxurious cruise liner that met a tragic end in 1912. While its demise has been studied extensively, there is one aspect of the ship's experience that has been largely forgotten: the gourmet meals passengers enjoyed on board. The chefs of the Titanic served a variety of delicious dishes during the voyage, giving passengers a truly remarkable dining experience. In this video, we will uncover the untold story of Titanic's gourmet meals and explore the wide array of culinary delights that were served on the ship. So do subscribe to our YouTube channel and like this video for more informational videos like this. Without any further delay, let's dive in. Ice cream. Believe it or not, the passengers aboard the Titanic were served ice cream during their journey. The ice cream was available for both first and second class passengers, and it was considered a luxury item. The ice cream was made in the ship's kitchens and served in elegant crystal bowls. It was not the temple ice cream that we know today. Rather, it was more of a sorbet-style dessert made with fresh fruits such as peaches or strawberries. The ice cream was served as a palate cleanser between courses and was a favorite among the passengers. Interestingly, the ice cream was not served to third-class passengers, as their dining experience was not considered as extravagant as the upper-class passengers. The fact that ice cream was available on board the Titanic shows just how luxurious and grand the ship's dining experience was. Eggs. Eggs were a common item on the Titanic's menus, and they were served in a variety of ways. Passengers could enjoy boiled eggs for breakfast or scrambled or poached eggs for a more indulgent start to the day. The Titanic also served a dish called œufs en cocotte, which is a French dish consisting of eggs baked in a ramekin with cream and other ingredients. This dish was likely reserved for first-class passengers who would have been more familiar with French cuisine. Eggs were also a popular choice for lunch and dinner, often served in dishes like egg salad or as part of a larger meal. For example, one second-class dinner menu featured a dish called fillets of brill and eggs à la Caracas. This dish included poached eggs on top of fish fillets and was served with a white wine sauce. Overall, eggs were a staple of the Titanic's menus, and passengers could enjoy them in a variety of delicious ways throughout their voyage. Fish and seafood. On the Titanic, passengers had a plethora of fish and seafood options available to them. From smoked salmon and kippered herring to lobster thermidor and shrimp cocktail, the ship's chefs had something to suit every taste. In addition to the cold seafood platters, hot fish dishes were also served. One popular option was poached salmon with mousseline sauce, a creamy hollandaise sauce with whipped cream. Other hot dishes included trout, sole, and haddock, all of which were expertly prepared and beautifully presented. Interestingly, the Titanic's first-class menu also included a dish called chilled Norwegian anchovies, which were served on toast with caviar. This was a particularly luxurious option for passengers who enjoyed the briny flavor of anchovies and the decadence of caviar. It's clear that the Titanic chefs went to great lengths to ensure that the fish and seafood dishes were of the highest quality and would delight the palates of the ship's discerning guests. Sweet spreads. Another staple on the Titanic's dining tables were sweet spreads like jams and marmalades. Passengers could enjoy various flavors such as strawberry, raspberry, and orange marmalade. These spreads were served alongside freshly baked bread and croissants every morning for breakfast. But these sweet spreads weren't just limited to breakfast. They were also offered during afternoon tea time, served on scones or crumpets. Passengers could indulge in delicious treats like jam-filled shortbread cookies and cherry tarts. The chefs on board the Titanic made sure to source the highest quality ingredients to make these sweet spreads, adding a touch of luxury to the already lavish dining experience. Unfortunately, many passengers never got the chance to try these delicious sweet spreads as the ship sank before their next meal. But the legacy of these gourmet meals lives on, reminding us of the glamour and extravagance of the Titanic's era. Cereal. Cereal was also served on the Titanic. Passengers could choose from several options, including oatmeal, porridge, and wheat flakes. Oatmeal was a popular choice, especially among first-class passengers. It was typically served with brown sugar and cream. Passengers could also choose from several toppings, such as fresh fruit, honey, and maple syrup. Interestingly, cereal was not just limited to breakfast. Passengers could also enjoy it as a light snack or even a dessert. For example, they could enjoy rice pudding or tapioca with a sprinkle of cinnamon and sugar. Cereal may seem like a simple and unremarkable food, but it was actually a luxury item on the Titanic. Many passengers had never tasted it before and were amazed by the variety of flavors and toppings available. For those accustomed to more basic fare, cereal was a welcome change and a small taste of the luxury they were experiencing on board the ship. Fruits. Fresh fruits were also a staple in the meals served on the Titanic. These were mainly served during breakfast, and they included a variety of fruits such as oranges, apples, pears, bananas, and grapefruits. It was a luxury for many passengers to be able to enjoy such a wide variety of fruits during a sea voyage. However, the fruits on board the Titanic were not as fresh as they may have been on land. They had to be preserved with methods such as canning and pickling to ensure they would last the voyage without going bad. Nevertheless, it was still a rare treat for many of the passengers who were not accustomed to having access to such a wide range of fruits on a daily basis. Overall, the fresh fruits on board the Titanic were just one of the many luxurious items offered to the passengers, demonstrating the grandeur and opulence of the ship. Soup. One of the most popular items on the Titanic's menu was soup. The ship's first-class passengers had a choice of 5 different soups, including oxtail, chicken consommé, and cream of barley. Each soup was made using the finest ingredients and was carefully prepared by the ship's skilled chefs. The Titanic's soup recipes were influenced by the French cuisine of the time and featured rich, creamy broths with a variety of vegetables and meats. One of the most famous soups on board was the pea soup, which was made using dried peas, onions, and ham hocks. This dish was a favorite among the crew and passengers alike. Soup was typically served as a first course at dinner and was often accompanied by fresh bread or crackers. Despite the luxurious dining experience on the Titanic, soup was still seen as a humble dish and was often served in simple bowls rather than hors d'oeuvres. Bread and potatoes. The Titanic's menu had a variety of bread options for the passengers. There were French rolls, whole wheat bread, and buttered toast available at breakfast, lunch, and dinner. For those with more exotic tastes, the menu also offered potato bread, which was quite a novelty at the time. The potatoes were also a common ingredient in many of the dishes on the Titanic's menu. They were served boiled, mashed, and roasted, and were used in soups and stews. The first-class passengers could even enjoy a dish called potatoes dauphine, which was a fancy French dish made with mashed potatoes, flour, and butter. The bread and potatoes served on the Titanic were not just simple carbohydrates, but rather an important part of the gourmet meals that were offered to the passengers. They were a testament to the fine dining experience that the ship aimed to provide to its guests. Beef and other meats. The Titanic offered a wide variety of meat options for their passengers. They had beef, mutton, pork, chicken, and veal. The quality of meat served in the first-class dining room was top-notch. The beef served was the finest cuts of meat and was cooked to perfection by the experienced chefs on board. Passengers who preferred lighter meats had the option of roasted chicken or veal. Those who were in the mood for pork could choose from smoked bacon, ham, or sausages. For the mutton lovers, the Titanic offered tender and succulent roasted lamb chops. However, meat options were more limited for second-class passengers. They mostly had stewed beef or pork for their meals. Overall, the Titanic's gourmet meals were famous for their quality and luxury. The range of meat options available on board provided passengers with the opportunity to indulge in delicious meat dishes while on their journey. What are your thoughts on this? Do let us know in the comments section below. See you in the next one.